Okay, let's do some math. I'm going to do a few of these problems. I'm not going to do all of them, but I will do a few of them just to kind of give you an idea of how we solve these problems. Okay, so I'm going to use the halving and doubling method. Again, you can use the expanded form method. You can use regrouping. Any of those methods of multiplying are okay. So on this problem, I'm going to use the halving and doubling method. So I am going to half the 80. So I'm going to do 80 divided by 2. 2 goes into 8 4 times. And we add our 0 for 40. So the 80 has been changed to a 40. And then I have to double the 22. So to double, I have to multiply times 2. It's going to be 44. Okay. So I have 44 now times 40. Now if I want, I can also pull out a 10 here, because 40 can be done as 10 times 4 as well. And then I would have to multiply that by the last number, 44. So this would be another way to solve this problem. And then I can do my two most difficult numbers, my one most difficult number, 44, times my 4, and then I only have to multiply it by 10, which multiplying by 10 is very easy. Okay, so I'm going to write off to the side. You guys have scratch paper, so you have it a little easier. But I'm going to multiply 44 times that 4. And I'm going to use regrouping. 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times 4 is another 16, plus the one I regrouped or carried, and that's 17. And now I just have to multiply that by 10. And again, that's going to be very easy because it's basically multiplying it by 176, and then I add my 0. So my answer to this problem is going to be 1,760. Now, if you didn't solve it the exact same way I did, that's okay. You don't have to. Again, any method that you use, we can use different methods to get to the same answer, right? We learned that in class. There's more than one method. I just showed one. I did a little halving and doubling, and then I also used that method of pulling out that 10, because I know I can multiply 10 times something very easily. So I wanted to pull that one out. Okay, I'm going to get rid of my markings now. If you need to, pause the video so you can follow along. Okay, next, let's go on to, let's skip around, let's jump over here to 60 times 20, excuse me. Now again, with this problem, a lot of different methods I can use. If I wanted to use the halving and doubling method though, I would choose to half the 20, because I know if I cut 20 in half, 20 divided by 2, I'm going to get that 10 that I like. And remember, 10 is easy for me to work with. And I just have to double the 60, so that would be 60 times 2. That's 120. 12 times 6 is, 2 times 6 is 12. Add my 0, 120. And then I just have to multiply that times my 10. And again, that's just like multiplying 12 times 1. Okay. And then in this case, I need to add my 2 zeros because I have a 0 from 120 and a 0 from 10. So it's going to be 1,200. Okay. So again, I use the halving and doubling to pull out a 10 from those numbers. But again, any strategy you use is going to be okay. There's a lot of different strategies that you can use to get to the same answer. The idea is being able to understand numbers and how we can manipulate them, change the numbers to be numbers that are easier for us to work with. Okay? Alright, let's take a look. Let's go ahead and erase those markings. Okay, I'll let you do 5 and 6 and 7 and 3 on your own. Let's jump down here to our word problems. Those are usually the more tricky ones, so let's jump down here. Kenny bought 20 packs of baseball cards. There are 12 cards in each pack. How many cards did Kenny buy? So first we need to underline or highlight the important information. So Kenny bought 20 packs of baseball cards. That's important. Now I'm even going to pull that 20 out. 20 baseball cards. There are 12 cards in each pack. Okay? So 20 packs, so there's if I wanted to draw a number model, I could say there's one pack. That one pack has 12 cards. Another pack, remember he has 20 total, so I'd have to do 20 of these marks, and each one of those packs has 12 cards. 12 cards, and that pack has 12 cards. Okay. Now, what is the question? What are they asking us? They want to know how many cards did Kenny buy. Not how many packs he bought, how many cards he bought. Okay? So he bought 20 packs, and each one of those packs has 12 cards. So I could represent those 20 packs here. I could keep doing my ones all the way down till I have 20, and then each one of those ones is going to have 12 in it. So I could do my 12s all the way down, and then I could just add all those up. But there's an easier way to do that, to do this problem. We can do multiplication. So we can do 12 times 20. Okay. Now, again, multiple ways we can solve this problem. Okay, a lot of different ways we can do it. I'm going to use the halving and doubling again, and the reason I'm going to use that strategy again is because I see this 20 again. And just like in problem 4, I know half of 20 is 10, so I get back to that 10, and I remember 10 is really easy for me to multiply with. Okay, so 20 divided by 2, that's going to give me my 10. But in halving and doubling, I halved this factor, I halved the 20, so I have to double the 12. Okay, so now I'm back to my math facts from 3rd grade. 12 times 2, that's going to be 24. I'm going to put my 24 on top. I like the bigger number on top, but remember, it doesn't matter the order of those numbers in multiplication. So 24 times 10, that's going to be, I can really think of that as 1 times 24, which is 24, and then I add my 0. So how many cards did Kenny buy? Kenny bought 240 cards. Okay. All right. Let's see. The Hart family drove 10 hours to their vacation spot. They drove an average of 48 miles per each hour. How many miles did they drive? So again, I'm going to underline the important information. They drove 10 hours. Does it matter where they went? No, that doesn't matter. How long they drove, though, that's important. They drove an average of 48 miles each hour. So there's 10 hours. So again, I could model this if I wanted to and just go show my 10 hours. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And in the first hour, they averaged 48. So every mile, or every hour, excuse me, they went 48 miles. So there would be 48 miles for that hour, 48 miles for that hour, 48 miles for that hour. But we know there's an easier way to do this. Rather than add all these up, remember multiplication is just repeated addition. So I can take my two numbers and multiply them. And I'm going to let you do that on your own. Alright, thank you for joining me on P47. The next video will be P48, and we'll continue from there. Thank you.